Welcome viewers. We'll continue practicing MCQs related to psychology, and this is part 2. Let's start. The first question is, the APA was founded by John Watson, William James, Stanley Hall, or Willem Wondert. The correct answer is C, that is Stanley Hall. Which branch of psychology is defined as an effort to understand the specific biological mechanism that controls behavior and psychological experience? Ethnology, neuropsychology, physiological psychology, or structuralism? The answer is C, that is physiological psychology. Next question is, psychologists who specialize in study of language are called psychogrammarists, psycholinguists, psychometricians, morphemologists. Correct is B, that is psycholinguists. Next, a personal selection test that requires previous knowledge and mastery of a given body of materials in effect is an aptitude test, an achievement test, an intelligence test, or a test of creativity. Answer is B, that is an achievement test. Intelligence tests are not considered reliable at any age, before 7 years of age, before puberty, or before 20 years of age. Answer is B, that is before 7 years of age. Next is Albert Ellis rational emotive therapy, RET, is an example of psychoanalytic therapy, humanistic therapy, existential therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy. The answer is D, last one, cognitive behavioral therapy. In an emergency situation, emotional arousal will result in increased rate of respiration, increased blood sugar, a slowing of digestion, or all of the above. Answer is D, that is all of the above. A phenotypic and a genotypic basic for personality was theorized by. The correct answer is D. When we think of extrovert, we automatically think of a person who is outgoing, assertive, and talks a great deal. We do so because of conformity, attribution bias, prototypes, or prejudice. Answer is C, that is prototypes. Harry Horlev experiments with wire and cloth surrogate mothers demonstrated the importance of insight learning, contact comfort, kin selection, or instinctual drift. The answer is B, that is contact comfort. In studying the relationship between test frequency and content mastery, a researcher finds a correlation of plus 1.20 On the basis of this finding, he can conclude that there is strong positive correlation, strong negative correlation, low positive correlation, or a computational error. The answer is D, that is a computational error. Milgram's experiments on obedience demonstrated that most subjects refused to give extremely painful electric shocks to an innocent victim. Most subjects did obey the command to give extremely painful electric shocks to an innocent victim. Only subjects scoring high on a measure of authoritarian personality agreed to shock an innocent victim, or the subject's moral values were more important than the tendency to obey an authority figure's command. Correct is B. Which of the following is central to stress response? DNA, GABA, ACTH, or NMR? Answer is C, that is ACTH. In Jungian theory, the shadow represents unconscious drives, the animus, the anima, or the persona. Answer is A, unconscious drives. The split half procedure is a method of sampling groups, measuring reliability, assessing validity, rejecting the null hypothesis. Correct is B, that is measuring reliability. Aptitude tests are to dash as achievements are to dash. Current interest, past competence, current interest, current competence, future performance, or future performance, current competence. The correct answer is the last one, that is D, future performance, current competence. Which leadership styles tends to produce the most satisfied members? Autocratic, authoritative, authoritarian, democratic. The answer is D, that is democratic. You are watching television and see a commercial where one of your favorite movie stars is discussing a nutritional cereal that you should buy. Because we like that star's movies, there is a tendency to believe that the star is also an expert on cereals. This tendency is referred to as dash effect. Star, halo, piezoelectric, or none of these. The answer is B, halo. The group that contains a term not mentioned with Murray's list of need is nurturance, autonomy, aggression, abasement, dominance, affiliation, or passivity, destruction. Answer is D, the last one, passivity, destruction. Which school of thought restricted psychology's subject matter to the observable actions of people and other animals? Structuralism, physiological psychology, behavioralism, or ethnology? Correct is C, that is behavioralism. According to Allport's theory of motivation, people are motivated toward future goals by post and current experience, by social reinforcement, by current experiences. The correct answer is D, that is by current experiences. Cannon and Bard sharply criticized the James Lang theory on emotion by showing that there were not different physiological patterns for different emotions. There were different physiological patterns for different emotions. The hypothalamus was not the set of emotion. We experience the emotion after perceiving the physiological change. Answer is A. The first one, that is, there were not different physiological patterns for different emotions. Bonuses, recognition awards, praise and time off, improve motivation through the application of performance appraisal, benefits, reinforcements, or objective criteria. The correct is C, that is reinforcement. Despite working fewer hours than his co-workers, Ali receives a promotion and a raise. Instead of feeling happy, Ali feels guilty. This is best explained by social exchange theory, gain-loss theory, equity theory, or foot in the door phenomena. The correct answer is C, that is equity theory. Which of the following is the best example of primary reinforce? Food, money, paycheck, or new clothes? Answer is A, that is food. The body's response to danger is triggered by the release of dash by the dash. That is which one is correct? B is correct. According to Sheldon's somototype theory, a person who is strong, muscular, active, and aggressive is probably the correct one is C, that is mesomorphic. Interpretation of the thematic perception test TAT is usually factor analysis, content analysis, quantitative analysis, or qualitative analysis. Correct is B, that is content analysis. Which school of thought restricted psychology's subject matter to the observable actions of people and other animals? Structuralism, physiological psychology, behaviorism, or ethnology? Answer is C, that is behaviorism. Next question is, which 17th century philosopher believed that some ideas are innate? Correct is C. Wundt's search for elementary mental processes that combine to produce complex mental processes led to which of the following school of thoughts? Correct is D, that is structuralism. The palmar flex present in neonates refers to which behavior? Sucking, startle response, hand grasping, or head turning? It was C, that is hand grasping. The 4 parts of neurons are the correct one is the first one. The so-called master gland, which helps control the activities of various ductless glands, is the correct one is C. Sidra's thumb sucking has become habitual because she begins to feel less anxious whenever she sucks her thumb. This best illustrates the process of generalization, classical conditioning, operant conditioning, or latent learning? The answer is C, that is operant conditioning. A brief electrical charge that travels down the axon of a neuron is called. The correct answer is C, that is action potential. Which of the following individuals were major figures in behaviorism? The answer is first one, that is John B. Watson and B. F. Skinner. The process through which heredity caused development of bodily functions is called accommodation, tracking, maturation, or adaptation. The correct is C, that is maturation. The term cognition means free will, knowledge, observation, or objectivity. The answer is B, that is knowledge. In dash, the researcher systematically varies dash. The correct answer is A, that is an experiment, the independent variable. A 3-year-old obeys rules in order to gain reward and avoid punishment. This child is Kohlberg's stage of moral development. Social, pre-conventional, conventional, or level 6. The answer is pre-conventional. Surgical destruction of brain tissue is called A, an split brain lesion, synopsis, or MRI. It is B, that is lesion. A study in which the researcher does not manipulate any variable but measures two variables to find relationship between them is a descriptive study, an experiment, a correlation study, or a double-blind study. Correct is a correlational study. A double-blind study protects against the correct answer is both A and B. An experiment is conducted in which different groups of people are given IQ tests under varying conditions of noise. One group takes the test with high noise, one with moderate noise, and one with low noise. The temperature and lighting conditions are the same for each group. In this experiment, what is independent variable? The level of noise, the score on the IQ test, the temperature, or the lightning. The correct answer is A, the level of noise. Moderate anxiety in a child is determined to all learning, is a function of archetype, or may facilitate learning of simple tasks, or may facilitate learning of difficult tasks. Answer is C, that is may facilitate learning of simple tasks. Auditory stimulation is first processed in the lobes. The correct answer is B, temporal. The elementary units of the nervous system that carry out the functions of the system are called. The answer is the first one, that is neurons. When you smile, a dash nerve stimulates face muscles. When you prick your toe, the pain travels to the central nervous system by dash nerves. Spinal, cranial, cranial spinal, or spinal cranial. The correct is C, that is cranial spinal. A businessman refuses to pay income taxes because his conscience will not allow him to support a government that spends billions of rupees on military weapons. That person's reasoning best illustrates Kohlberg's dash stage. Post-conventional, concrete operational, or pre-conventional, or egocentric? The answer is first one, that is post-conventional. The fact that people will work harder for a while after a supervisor speaks to them is an example of social loafing, obedience, social facilitation, or peer compliance. The answer is C, that is social facilitation. In humans, the brain structures that takes up the greatest percentage of total brain volume is the brainstem, cerebral cortex, limbic system, or frontal lobes. Correct is B, cerebral cortex. Diana Baumrind found that which parenting style produces the most well-adjusted children? Authoritative, authoritarian, permissive, or attached? Correct is first one, authoritative. Chromosomal mapping studies have found that schizophrenia does not appear to have genetic component. Schizophrenia does not appear to have a genetic component, and the adoption studies do not reveal anything about schizophrenia. None of these. The answer is D, that is none of these. The formula for the intelligence quotient was devised by, the correct one is Stern, last one. Dash is distinguished from major stages of cognitive development: the sensory motor, the pre-operational, the concrete operational, and the formal operational stage. Correct one is Jean Piaget. A zygote with an XY chromosome will normally develop into male, female, identical twins, or fraternal twins. Correct one is a male. Humans are most sensitive to taste of dash and least sensitive to dash. Soreness, saltiness, bitterness, soreness, bitterness, sweetness, soreness, sweetness. Correct is C, that is bitterness, sweetness. Compared to children from intact families, the children of divorced parents are more likely to experience academic failures, stranger anxiety, egocentrism, crystallized intelligence. The answer is A, academic failures. According to Freud, boys are most likely to experience the Oedipus complex during that stage: anal, pelvic, oral, or latency. Correct one is B. A rat in a Skinner box has learned that pressing a lever will produce food pellets, but only if the lights above the lever is on. The animal consistently presses the lever when the light is on. When it is turned off, the rat immediately walks away from the lever until the light is turned on again. The rat's behavior is an example of generalization, a fear of the dark, a phobia, a discrimination, or a classical conditioning. It is C, that a discrimination. At age 16, Anita's intelligence score was 110. What will be her score probably at age 32? 105, 110, 115, or there is no basis? Correct one is 110. Myopia or nearsightedness is caused by a cloudy cornea, an elongated eyeball, a malfunction of the lens of the eyes, an eyeball that has become shortened. Correct is B. Which of the following disorders is a modern name of hysteria? Correct one is C. Conversion disorder. The body's natural tendency to maintain a state of internal balance or equilibrium is called arousal, opponent process, homeostasis, or instinct. Correct one is C. Which of the following test was empirically derived? Correct one is C, that is MMPI2. The largest sense organ of the body is or eyes, ears, tongue, or skin. The answer is skin. This leadership quality motivates through charisma and vision to set and attain goals beyond work expectation, transformation, transactional, democratic, authoritarian. Correct is the first one, that is transformational. In general, children who scores well on IQ tests have parents who pay for tutor and special school, have very high IQ, spend time with them and actively encourage their development or punish them if they fail to do well. Correct is C. A therapist who encourages clients to relate their dreams and searches its roots is psychoanalysis, humanistic therapy, person-centered therapy, cognitive therapy. Correct one is A, psychoanalysis. Which of the following explains why cartoons are not perceived as a series of still frames? Correct one is C. Gestalists refer to fact that we perceive smooth flowing forms more readily than discrete forms, as similarity, as symmetry, as holistic perception, continuity. Correct is continuity. The detection of physical energy emitted or reflected by physical objects, it occurs when energy in the external environment or the body stimulus receptors in the sense organs, cognition, sensation, perception, or adaptation. Correct is C, perception. Classical conditioning is a process whereby, correct is D, whereby learning occurs when a stimulus is paired with a certain response. Positive and negative environmental stimuli that motivate behavior are called needs, incentives, goals, or drives. Correct is incentives. Cones are to vision as are to audition. Eardrums, cochlea, oval windows, or hair cells. Correct is D, hair cells. Which of the following is not considered one of the source of stress? Aggression, frustration, live events, or conflict? Correct is A, that is aggression. A feeling of apprehension or tension is frustration, panic, anxiety, or none of these. Correct is C, anxiety. Although Uzma sees her chemistry professor several times each week, she had difficulty recognizing the professor when she walked past her in the U Park. This best illustrates the effect of dash on perception, convergence, context, proximity, or closure. It is B,